Liz Wahl joins us now. This is her first TV interview since quitting RT America. Also, Jill Doherty is back with us. She'll also be asking questions. Liz, it's good to have you on the program. Obviously, your announcement stunned a lot of people. Why did you decide to resign during your newscast? Because you've been working there for like 2.5 years. Clearly, you're familiar with the perspective of RT America, the kind of stuff, the kind of stories they put on the air. So why today?
Why today? That's a good question. I think the coverage, as we're in this diplomatic standoff and during the escalation of this crisis in Crimea, I think the propagandist nature of RT came out in full force. Today, for example, I had an interview with Ron Paul. The only question that I asked, I asked many questions. I asked about the Russian intervention. You know, he has a very anti-intervention approach. I asked him in the wake of escalation by the Russian military, how long, how should we respond to this? How should the U.S. respond to this? And that question was cut out of the interview. There was another segment today. It was a news package from one of our correspondents that painted the opposition over there in the Ukraine as having neo-Nazi elements. And I think that's very dangerous when you have a new government instability over there. And I'm sure that there are, in fact, neo-Nazi elements, but to portray the entire opposition as being part of this right-wing extremist group is going along with the narrative that Vladimir Putin wants to go along with.
Was this something you had always felt pressure? I mean, how does it work at RT? Where did directions come from?
The direction comes from management, and I think there's a lot of young people that work there, some people inexperienced, and I think that they're eager to please management. There's a form of self-censorship that you learn. Eventually, you learn what management likes, what management dislikes. Today, especially with the heightened situation in Crimea, overtly questions are being written. That very, very loaded questions basically to paint the picture and to present the Putin perspective in all of this. And I just think, I would hope as a reporter and in life, you should always seek the truth, spread the truth, disseminate the truth. And what's clear is what's happening right now amid this crisis is that RT is not about the truth. It's about promoting a Putinist agenda. And I can tell you firsthand, it's also about bashing America. And I kind of cited some of my background, where I came from and why I am proud to be an American. In recent days, I've been suffering from a lot of cognitive dissonance and felt that I could no longer work here and go on television and tell the American people that this is what's happening and have it pose as news. It's just something I don't feel comfortable with.
I want to bring in Jill, who's at Harvard's Kennedy School of Government, because she actually spends a lot of time now focusing on the media in Russia, and I know you wanted to talk to Liz.
Yeah, Liz, I just wanted to ask, what is happening right now with you? Have there been repercussions, and how is RT going to explain this? Because there was a previous woman who said some things about the conflict, Abby Martin, and RT said, look, all our anchors can express their views freely. Have you had any reaction from the management?
Well, it's all happening very quickly. This happened just a couple hours ago. I haven't seen the official response. I kind of saw on Twitter before I went on today that they said that I'm doing this as for personal gain, which couldn't be farther from the truth. I actually hesitated to speak on this for a while for fear of repercussion. So I don't know how they intend to retaliate against me or what actions are going to be taken against me. I can say that it's comforting that on social media I've gotten an explosive response, really encouraging, people appreciating me coming forward with this. So that's been comforting for me in terms of how they're going to deal with this. I don't know.
Sorry, Liz. There's a delay, which is I don't mean to be talking over you, but just very briefly, you talked about management and pressure from management and even self-censorship. Who is management? Are management Russian? I know there are a lot of young Americans who work there, and RT kind of bills itself as questioning authority, which is clearly their marketing strategy. But is management, are they Russian?
Management is Russian, yes. Middle management, they are American, and their role is to make sure, it's kind of part of that censorship role, to make sure we're in line, to make sure ultimately the narrative that the Russian, the guys calling the shots, ultimately we're based in Moscow, funded by the Russian government. Okay. They kind of make sure that the narrative is delivered in one way or another. Right.